Hey runner, I want to welcome you to this training. If your running fitness has suffered due to a lack of motivation, results, or maybe an injury, then I want you to pay close attention, because over the next 20 minutes, I'm going to take you through the 5-step process we're using to help runners catch that running bug that slipped out of their trainer. Now, we know that running is a fantastic exercise for improving fitness and your moods and just the way you put yourself out to the world. But at this time in the world, it's not particularly motivating. A lot of the events have been cancelled, but we know that they're going to be back. We know that 2021 there are going to be a lot of running events coming back on the calendar. They might not be to the same scale that we've had in the past, but you should be eyeing those events and thinking about getting yourself ready for them. The problem is that we're now going into winter. Winter's coming, and it's going to be darker sooner. All right, clocks are going to change. It's going to be colder, and the festive season is upon us. Okay, it's going to be here, and it's traditionally the most demotivating time of year to be running. Okay, a lot of us would normally have a half marathon or something planned for spring, or maybe a marathon, but this time you probably don't feel that comfortable booking in one of these big events, because there's a good chance that they're going to get cancelled or deferred. So you may well be, like many people, thinking you just want to stay comfortable, stay inside, and let the running slip. A lot of people are tending to just stick to their normal old 5k, 10k route, not really necessarily in trying to improve it, and certainly not following any sort of structure in regards to making improvements and really encouraging the body to make the big changes that are required in order for you to actually target a certain distance and get anywhere near your previous PB. But the positive, this time of year, right now, it's cool. Okay, summer's pretty much done now, right? We may have another heat wave, but this is a good time of year to get your mojo back, okay, to recatch that running bug, to get your routines back in place, to rebuild the habits. Okay, schools are going back. You have an opportunity now to really develop new habits with a new life, a better life, and make sure that running is the center of that. Okay, as well as obviously your partner, your family, but if you can put the attention into really building up your running between now and Christmas, it means that as things unfold into 2021, you're going to be in a much better place than if you just sort of let things slide and start to get comfortable and find yourself in January having to restart from scratch, and scratch for many people, what is it now? It's the end of August. Scratch for many people is really not a good place. We've still got 4 months left of the year, and you may have had months off through lockdown, or certainly months off proper good training since all your events have been cancelled. So now's not the time to stop. There's too many months to go backwards, or there's too many months to go forwards with. If you want to turn things around now, then this is a great time to pick things up and rebuild yourself so that come January you are like ready to go. You slot straight back into your new positive routine, ready to hit those final distances up towards a spring 10k, half marathon, 10k PB, first time 10k, first time half marathon. It's there for you, okay, if you want it. We don't want good and bad runs anymore, okay? We want to make sure that you bring consistency back into your runs, and that you're not going out and smashing yourself when you feel good, and then having really bad runs where you just feel like you've got no energy. Okay, we've got to get rid of those runs. We need to get consistency where each week builds upon the next, and then we get a recovery week, and then we rebuild up. And it just means that your body is getting the stimulus from those harder runs to to improve, but it's actually getting the recovery, the downtime to repair from the hard work and build up. The better you can do that, the better you can stick to a structured plan, the better the results you're going to see. And as a result, the more motivation you're going to get, the more success you're going to experience, and the more you're just going to fall back in love with running and really get hold of that damn running bug. So, the plan from step 1 of our 5-step method is to get the diary out, is to look at when you want to peak for certain distances. You might not be able to pick dates for events yet, but you can still say, right, I want to be doing a half marathon in spring. Okay, hopefully there's a range to choose from. There might not be, but if there isn't, you're still going to be in fantastic condition. And we know that the longer you can stay in fantastic condition, the easier it's going to be to hit a peak maybe later on in the year, maybe a summer 10K or a summer half marathon that because you've been building since September 2020 right through till summer with some structure and just feeling amazing about your training, then you are going to achieve something special come summer or autumn to 2021. And I'm talking worst case scenario. That's if events continue to be cancelled through spring next year. But in a better scenario, a more optimistic scenario, we should hopefully have 10Ks and half marathons back on the cards, even in reduced formats that allow you to have that date in your diary and having a target to train for. So get the diary out, look at any events you've got, whether it be work and holidays, family commitments, and look at when would be a good date for you to peak for a certain distance. When you've got those dates in the diary, you're far more likely to be able to structure a plan around them and really have that timeline. Really, you count back the number of weeks you've got until you want to be at your best for a 5K, 10K, half marathon. Then it really does help you to see, actually, it's I'm looking at only 12 weeks away. Well, what can I do in 12 weeks? So just having that plan in place really helps. And look, why not invite some friends as well? Just say to a few friends, if you've got some running buddies, then just say, hey, look, I've decided that I'm going to do a half marathon on the 20th of March next year. If there's any events around that time, then I'm going to book them. But if there's not, I don't care. I'm still going to just train like I'm going to do it, and that's going to have me feeling great. And I want you to come on this journey with me. Why not? It's going to hold you more accountable, having a friend who's invested in doing the same thing. And you're going to hold yourself more accountable as well. You tell your family so they know that that's what dad's doing or mum's doing, and they're going to support you with that. All right? Because if you have let running slip, chances are it's been affecting you for a while now, right? Like your mood. If you're not running, if I'm not running, then it affects my mood, and the family feels that. So don't let that be the case. Don't let your moods continue to slip for the next 3-4 months while you wait for the new year to come around and that new year motivation to help you out. There's too far to go before January. Step 2 is to calculate your speeds. So figure out what speed you're currently capable of achieving. Okay, you may have let it slip. You're training and you may not really be feeling like you want to know your speeds because you know that they've gone backwards. Okay, you know that your running fitness has decreased, but that's fine. In order to be able to notice the benefits you're making between now and Christmas or now and spring next year, you need to have some idea of where your current fitness is. And if you haven't run like a park run or your own 10K time trial in a while, then you really don't know what you're capable of at the moment. And obviously, before you go doing a time trial, please make sure that you build up to it safely. Make sure that you don't go and do a 10K time trial if you haven't run for more than 8K in the last 2 or 3 weeks. You need to build yourself up safely. But what we do with that time trial result is we put it into a system and we use it to calculate what speeds you should be running for, depending on how hard you're working. We want you to work in each run that you do as part of the program. So if you imagine, if I want you to be in a hard week, then I might take, say, 90% of your maximum speed for the distance I want you to do, and that's how fast I want you to run. And I wouldn't give you a hard week unless I'd already given you a moderate week and an easy week before that, so that you've built up to that speed. You've experienced that hard week, so the speeds are 90% of your maximum ability. And you're going to have 3 of those in the week, so it's not going to be that easy to hit all 3 of those sessions. But after that hard week, you're then going to get an easy week, so I might prescribe 60% or 70% of your maximum ability for whatever distances I've prescribed for those dates, for those runs. And obviously those distances are based on what events you've got coming up. So that's step 2. That's how we do it with the Winter Squad method. Step 3 is the program. Okay, we need to get a running program together for you, and as I mentioned, that will be based on the dates that you want to peak for, but also based on the speeds that we know you're capable of, and especially what you're going to be capable of after weeks of following a program. There's also a conditioning program we have as part of this. So you'll get your running program with 3 different types of sessions: your long run, your interval run, and your tempo run. But you'll also get an injury prevention workout to follow, and that's more foam rolling, stretching, stability work, and maybe some small muscles that are going to help, but if we improve the stability of those, that it's going to improve your injury prevention. But then we'll also have in that program a strength routine, which is using the bigger muscles and more aimed at improving your performance with running. And again, all of that is based on your ability. So we will prescribe a template, and obviously we'll alter that template based on a consultation where we discuss any weaknesses you've had, any injuries that you've got or had, and what areas we know that need to be strengthened in order for you to progress to be as strong as you can. Great thing about the Winter Squad, and especially this first one, is that we're looking at a 6-month membership. So you're actually going to get 2 programs within that. So the first one will take you up to Christmas, maybe a bit beyond, and the next one will obviously take you through to spring. So we'll get in the new year, we'll get a new time trial result from you, and obviously we'll be able to build on what was achieved in that first in the autumn and late to 2020. So that's step 3, that running and conditioning program. Step 4 is providing the education and support. Okay, so education relating back to that program, you're going to get a bunch of exercises. You may have never done them before. You may have foam rolled before, but you haven't done it the way we've done it. We teach you how to foam roll to release tension in your muscles, not just to warm down, and how to stretch, advanced stretch techniques that are going to improve your flexibility, which are properly going to release tension on your knees, your hips, your ankles, your Achilles tendon. We have the methods that we will teach you to follow to ensure that you stay injury free, that you can identify tightness before it becomes pain, and pain before it becomes injury, so that you don't need physio. Okay, you just follow the program, which is personalized to you, and you learn how to become your own running coach to a certain extent. The online course we have is there to teach you how to progress your own training, so that if after finishing with the Winter Squad you decide that you want to just go it alone, that's fine. You've learned how to become your own running coach, how to prevent injury by yourself, how to run when it's stinking hot, how to deal with headwinds and run with good technique, so that when you are that you become your own running coach, an independently strong runner. The support that I'm talking about will come through the other members. Okay, so we've typically got between 30 and 50 other Winter Squad members that you'll be in this journey with. So you'll go into a closed Facebook group, and and the support and just the energy of the group is fantastic, because everyone's program is obviously personalized to them, but often we'll have people who are all peaking for a 10K, say in late November, or a half marathon in spring. And imagine your session 1 of the long program will quite often be the same distance as at least 5, if not 20 other people in the program, in the group. So, people posting, I've done my 8K run, it's tough work today, but I got through it, and you're going to get comments, you're going to get likes. I know that stuff sounds, aesthetic, ego-driven, but at the end of the day, it's nice to be acknowledged. It's nice to be amongst people who want you to succeed, and they are inspired by seeing the results that you're getting, and seeing that you are still using your program and still benefiting from it, because it's going to make them want to do the same with what they're doing. If your news feed is not as positive as you'd like at the moment on Facebook, then wouldn't it be nice to have regular posts from other Winter Squad members who have done their runs and they're feeling good about it? And there are going to be people that have challenges in there as well. People struggle with. Some people aren't naturally good at interval training. They've been running long, slow distance for a long time. They've never thought of doing fast and slows, so they they might have struggles with that, or them, and they'll support them, they support you. It just works really well. And obviously I'm in there as well to chip in, and we've got experienced club members who have been following these sorts of programs for a long time, and they can often pitch in with answers quicker than I can. So the community that we have inside the Winter Squad is fantastic. Now also, in regards to that support, there's a pretty good chance you're going to catch a cold or a flu at some stage, right? If you do, you're going to probably have to miss a week or 2 of your running program. Now, if you were to download a free program online, that program's not going to change if you catch a cold, is it? Right? Whereas the program you get from me, you message me, you say, Connor, I've caught a cold, I'm going to have to take the week off running. Absolutely fine. Message me when you're ready to come back. Okay? We have a phone call, or I just through WhatsApp send you a run to try out, just to see how you are, based on what you were doing. Obviously not as hard as what you were doing before you caught a cold and maybe lost some fitness. But when you send the result of that run, so the average speed and distance and how hard you found it, then I'll be able to update the program and make sure that it fits you like a glove again, so that you're ready to get back into the program and progress again. It is inevitable. Obviously, we can do a lot with your nutrition and trying to keep your immune system as strong as possible. And our programs are a really good way to do that, because the stress that the program puts you under will only be short-lived. When you get to the end of that hard week, your immune system will be a bit low, but you're going to get that recovery week, and your body's going to come back stronger. Whereas a lot of people that aren't following a program, it's just haphazard. You're just constantly smashing yourself and wearing down your immune system. You're much more likely to catch a cold or get yourself an injury that way than you are when it's actually, when you're going to be run down and when you're going to be feeling good, because when the hard weeks are, when the easy weeks are. Step 5 is the guidance. Okay, so that's me, basically. Obviously, you can get some guidance off the other members, but really when it comes to choosing what events to sign up to, when to take on a PB attempt at a 5K, 10K, it's good to have someone to put those questions to, kind of, coach, I'm thinking about doing this 10K that my friends tagged me in on. What do you think? I'll look at that. I'll look at the calendar events that we've already discussed. I'll look at your holidays. Does this match up? Is this a realistic time for you to hit a PB for your 10K? If it's not you're not doing the event to hit an amazing time, then it might not be a big deal. But also we know that even if you're entering an event just to be with a friend and have a good experience, chances are you're going to still try and finish that run as fast as you can, right? So if you've then got a half marathon the weekend after, it might not be the best time to put a 10K race into your events calendar. So yeah, all questions like that. Obviously going in depth, if you were to get a niggle that we didn't catch on time, or maybe you sprain your ankle, then we have a consultation to talk about exactly what is the plan for getting back. Okay, what exercises can you do now, or do you need to go and see a physio to get some proper treatment? And when you are ready to come back for your first run, then we discuss what that run's going to look like over WhatsApp or a phone call, to make sure that run does not cause more damage, most importantly, but then also that it sets a benchmark that we can then build on to nurse you back into your program, so that you can get that structure back as soon as possible. So if you like the sound of this, if you feel like you've lost your way a bit with your running, maybe you're just repeating the same old runs each week, and you may be pushing yourself hard, but the times aren't getting any better. Maybe you just feel like you've sort of lost your motivation, lost your edge. Then this is a great time to look at joining our Winter Squad memberships. The easiest way to do that is to book a call with me, and we'll discuss your situation, what you're struggling with, and just whether the membership is good for you. Okay, there's a good chance that it's not. If I've got to think about why it wouldn't be a good idea to join the Winter Squad. Let's put it this way: you don't have to be in Cheltenham to join the Winter Squad. We have been helping people online for years. So people have been following their programs online. They do the WhatsApp, the phone calls. It's all, we don't need to see each other face to face. So you don't need to be in Cheltenham to join the Winter Squad. If you are, great, you can attend the club runs, and the club runs will fit with your program. We have it all set up that way. But the Winter Squad is not for you if you are Couch to 5K level. If you consider yourself a beginner, or maybe you've literally just not run for a long time, and you're just trying to nurse yourself back to 5K. We have a Couch to 5K squad, which is great for that. And it probably wouldn't be suitable if you are. I'll be honest. If you're, if you're on the national panel, like if you are, competing to win events, there are, other programs, high performance programs that would suit you better. The programs that we do are very good for people who are looking at getting their speeds, down to their 10K time down towards 40 minutes. It's not going to. The group is not going to fit with you if you're working towards a 30-minute 10K, or a sub 120 half marathon, for example. Okay, I'm just being honest and transparent here. Most of our members will be working towards, 10Ks, around 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes, and half marathons, 1 hour 30 to 2 hours 20. Okay, so we will have a lot of members who have gone from our Couch to 5K program into Winter Squad, but there'll also be a good mix of advanced, experienced runners that have been running for many years, and they've been following our programs for years, and they're just loving their running. So anyway, I've harped on enough. If you like what you've heard, then book the call. We'll put the link in below, and we'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.